What's up, everybody? Back for another, well, I was gonna say an exciting video, but this time it's not an exciting video. It's a very depressing video. So as you guys know, I love to gamble, if you say that. Buying cars from the auction, sight unseen. Sometimes they don't run. Well, if you guys remember, we bought this one from the auction. Had some issues, but all in all, it was just a paint job. The car runs great, drives great, had really no problems. Same thing with the Porsche, the Boxster. But that one said it didn't run, but it just needed a battery. Well, this time I think I got myself into a little bit of a deeper problem. And let me flip the camera and show you guys. That's a lot of a bigger, deeper problem. So this is if you guys can't tell by now, 2012 Bmw X5 X Drive 35i, which, if you guys know what that means, it means it has the 3-liter N55. They call it a twin scroll turbocharger, and with that twin scroll turbocharger, supposedly it makes like 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. Well, this one is currently making 0 horsepower and 0 pound-feet of torque because, well, the motor, it's pretty locked up. So locked up tight. And originally the auction listing said, and I bought this from IA, the auction listing said that it had front end damage and mechanical. So, to be fair, I was a little bit warned. But then it also said this. It said jammed on the hood, and it didn't show the mileage. So I was like, oh, maybe they just couldn't open the hood, and maybe they couldn't jump it. That's why it doesn't run. Well, I got back from the auction. I got it here, took it off the truck, popped the hood. This was why it was jammed, because they broke the hood cable off. And, well, now we know why it's mechanical damage. You click the button you click the start button, and all you hear is a click. And no, it's not the battery, because the battery was dead, so I charged it. Then it was fine. So I was like, the first time it clicked over, I was like, oh, maybe the battery's just too low. So I put the battery in from the AMG. You guys know that AGM battery that I bought. And I clicked the button, and it said click again. And I was like, well, that's not good. So then I, was like, So we drained the oil out of it, and I didn't film any of this because I was at work. Somebody else was doing it. And 2 liters of oil came out of this. 2 liters. This thing holds 7.5 or 8 liters of oil, and only 2 came out. So we put some oil in it, changed the filter, and I tried clicking it again, and this time it spun. Like the engine kind of spun over once and then clicked again. So the motor's locked up. Unfortunately, the motor is toast. Now my next thing is, do I rebuild the motor or do I buy another one? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, rebuilding it is the cheaper option. Like, seriously, these N55 motors were used in everything from this X5 to the 335, the 135, the 535s. Pretty much any twin or inline 6 turbo BMW from these years had this motor. This is the successor to the N54, which everybody loves the N54. They say it's the modern day 2JZ. It's a great tunable engine, very easy to work on. And this replaced it. And supposedly this one's even better because it's fixed all the problems on the N54. But it doesn't matter how indestructible your motor is. If you run it without oil, it's going to destroy itself. So my hypothesis as to what happened is, I think there's like a lot of oil leaks everywhere. So, and as you guys know, these don't have a dipstick. Dumbass BMW. These don't have a dipstick, so you can't actively check the oil in these cars. Now, the problem with that is, the only time you realize that you don't have any oil in it is when it locks up, or the inside, it tells you you're low on oil. But by the time it tells you that, you've already done damage to the motor. So As you guys can see here, this is the worst possible thing that you could do to it when you run it low. The motor's locked up, so it's going to need new bearings, and that's the least of it, is that it's going to need new bearings. But I'm thinking if I pull this motor out of here, or another way of going at it is what people do to the E60 M5s with the V10. As you guys know, those have rod bearing issues. You drop the subframe, you pull the oil pan off, and you just do the rod bearings. The thing is, I could do that on this one, but because I don't have a shop and I don't have a lift, it's pretty hard to do this on jack stands and whatnot. So yeah, it's a whole dilemma of what I'm gonna do. I honestly have no idea. I mean, if you guys have any, you know, input, if you guys have worked on these, let me know. This is my first X5, and it's a very nice car. I mean, like, overall, it's a nice car. So it's got like a bunch of options. I think these are the upgraded wheels from, I think, the 4.8, or maybe just the premium wheels for this model. So the inside looks pretty good, pretty nice too. It's got WeatherTech floor mats. Seats aren't ripped up. Nothing really damaged. Panel sunroof. I know you guys can't really see that well, but yeah, those wipers being like that should have been my indicator, but my idiot self, I bought it for pretty cheap, and I thought, oh, I could do it. Well, look where we're at now. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with this car. Now, like I said, I can either rebuild this motor, which surprisingly is the cheaper option of the two, because buying a new, or not new, but used motor, people online, at least from what I've seen on like eBay and whatnot, are asking some stupid ass prices for these. 5 grand, 6 grand. I've even seen some that are rebuilt for like 8,500. Like, what? Is 5 grand? Are you like, what? That's just, you know, that's stupid. That genuinely is just stupid. But then again, that's probably because of the whole COVID thing going on. You can't get parts. Now, I like the SUV. That's why I bought it. I like the way it looks. I've driven a couple of these, never the turbo ones. I've always driven the pre-facelifted, because this is since 2012, they call it an LCI. Which is the facelift for BMWs. Now, pre-2011, they had the 3-liter inline 6, which, same displacement, but it was an NA. So, 3-liter inline 6 NA, or the 4.8, which was the V8 NA. Now, when they updated them, they brought in this one, which is the N55, 3-liter, single or twin scroll turbo, which I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see what that is down there, but basically it's a single turbo that has two or how do I describe it? I'll put a picture in right here so you guys can see what it looks like. It acts like it's twin turbo, but it's a single turbo, if that makes any sense. It's weird. It's a weird concept. And if I'm getting that wrong, please let me know in the comments if you guys know more, because I'm sure you will, because I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest BMW guy out there. But so yeah, either throw 6 grand at a motor or rebuild this one. And if I rebuild this one, then I know this one's going to be good. My only issue is, did it do damage to the crank and to the block? Because yeah, it's locked up. So the best case scenario is that it just needs bearings. If I do end up doing bearings, I'm gonna do the main bearings and the rod bearings, and hopefully that'll fix it. But if somebody had tried to start it multiple times, I know I did, but when I tried starting it, it spun instead of just, being stuck. But if it damaged the block and the crank, then we're gonna have a much more serious issue. At that point, maybe new block. You could resurface them, because as far as I know, I think I read online, these are cast blocks and not aluminum. So you could do that. Crankshaft's also pretty expensive on these. So I don't know. As of right now, it's a very, very expensive statue is what it is right now, because it doesn't run, it doesn't drive, doesn't do anything aside from when you plug the battery, everything comes on, like the lights and everything, which I guess is cool. All that works, but yeah. So it's also had a nasty leak from there because it's low on coolant. And when I first saw the low on coolant, I was like, oh, hopefully it's just a head gasket. Maybe it's a head gasket. That's why the plugs are out, because we thought if it was, if it was hydro-locked, we could have just blown the water out of it. They're not hydro-locked, guys. There's no water in the cylinders. These were dry as a bone. There's nothing in there, so the motor's locked up. I mean, that's what happens when you put 2 liter, when you drive it down to below minimum, way below minimum level of oil. So it just sucks that, you know, somebody clearly didn't take care of it. It's a 2-owner. I pulled the Carfax on it. Lived in California its whole life, but it met its untimely demise with the previous owner. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what, you know, aside from maybe an engine or a rebuild, we'll see where we're at with this. But as of right now, like I said, it's a very expensive statue ornament sitting in the garage. So you guys let me know what we should do, because I'm definitely going to fix it. I like the car a lot. I'm not going to keep it for myself. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to give it to my mom so she could drive it. But it's a very nice car, you know, beautiful car. Fully optioned out, has the sports seats, has every freaking option you could have added back then. So it's a nice car, but met its untimely demise. So let me know in the comments what we should do. Yeah, so I was, aside from this one, I was looking at a couple of other ones. The other ones was a 2011 X Drive 50i, which, like I said before, pre-facelifted, they were all in a, with a facelifted, they brought this motor in. You had the, it's the twin turbo V8, which is the X Drive 50i. And then the one I really like is the X Drive 35D, which is a inline 6 turbo diesel. But those are pretty expensive. So yeah, let me know what we should do with this. Like I said, I got it for pretty cheap. So realistically, even if I bought a motor for it and I fixed it, I could probably still sell it and get good money out of it, because it's a clean title car. This isn't a salvage, it's a clean title. And yeah, it's worth good money. I mean, lower miles, 120,000 miles. So it's, yeah, it's not low miles, but it's also not stupid high miles. So it's not like this, 180,000. But this is a reliable car, you know, unlike this. But I'm just poking fun. I don't know how reliable these are. Like I said, I've never had one. So for my first experience, it's not going very well. But we'll see. Hopefully, soon we'll get it fixed. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what we should do with this thing. Should I rebuild it, or what should I do? I don't know. I mean, I'm genuinely just kind of lost as to what I should do with this car. But you guys definitely let me know. Thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Comment down below, like the video, and stick around for more, because I'm definitely going to be doing videos on this. And actually, let me know if you guys want to see more videos on this, because I'm going to end up fixing it regardless of if I buy an engine or not. The car's going to get fixed. I'm not just going to, you know, try to sell it, because I'm not going to get any money out of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.